Alright, so hello everyone. Today I'm gonna be showing you my full settings and I'm gonna go into depth of what each setting does, which ones are like personal preference, or which ones you should have enabled or disabled. This is something that everybody wanted for a very long time, and even though I did show some of my settings like on streams and such, I never really showed the whole thing. I mean, actually I did show the whole thing, but yeah, like you would have to seek out the specific stream, and those settings are pretty much outdated now. I don't use them anymore. So I'm gonna show you the settings I currently use. Now, keep in mind, you're you're not gonna become a god at the game just by simply copying someone else's settings. That's just not how it works. The only way for you to get good at the game is practice. What I would recommend is playing actual like rhythm games outside of Roblox. Alright, so let's hop on to the options. And let's actually start with the controls, or more known as the keybinds. So for 4 key, the ones I use is ZX comma period. I used a lot of keybinds. Like I went from AS upright to DFJK to ASKL and then ZXNM, but I eventually ended up with ZX comma period. I've been using that for pretty much forever now. And the exit menu key, I don't really use this too much, but you could just keep it the default, or you can change it if you want. So for 5 key, it's pretty much the same thing, but with the space. I'm sorry if my voice sounds a bit weird. I'm still a little sick. So for 6 key, I use ZXCM comma period. Like once again, it's the same thing, just keeps adding the next key, pretty much. For 7 key, it's the again same thing as 6 key, but with space. So ZXC space M comma period. For 8 key, same process, just add another key. ZXCVNM comma period. And for 9 key, yep, you guessed it, it's the same thing but with the space. Now let's go to game settings. So middle scroll is a must-have. If you want to have like the default FNF experience, I guess turn this off, but it's really way better to look at the arrows if they're in the middle of your screen, in my opinion. And then down scroll, lots of people debate over this. Like people keep saying up scroll is better, down scroll is better. Oh, people keep saying this is better, so which one is better? None of them are better. It depends on which one feels better for you. Like if you started out playing FNF, you're probably used to up scroll, but some people prefer down scroll. If you don't know what this does, somehow, it basically up scroll, your arrows scroll upwards, and down scroll, it's the opposite. They scroll down. Me personally, I cannot read down scroll if my life depended on it. So I use up scroll, but once again, this one is pure preference. And then show health bar, this one is just the health bar if you want to turn it off. So yep. Show judgment count, what this is it shows like the amount of 6, the amount of goods you have on the left if you're on the left side, and on the right if you're on the right side. Personally, I really like this option. Show all opponent stats. This one, basically, just shows like the opponent's accuracy, misses. If you don't have this on, I think it only shows the score. This one shows everything. It shows accuracy, misses, I think combo as well. And then note speed. This one is also preference. Like I use 2.3, but like there's people that use like 3.5. There's people that use 4. There's people that use 1 and they still play really good. So once again, it's all preference. Arrow size is very self-explanatory. It's just the size of your arrows. Once again, pretty much preference. I use 1, which is the default, I think. Arrow offset. This one is very important. What this does is basically offset the time that the notes show up. If you have a high value here, the chart, the notes are gonna show up earlier. And if you have a low value, if you make at a negative value, the notes are gonna show up later. So why is this good? Because most of the time, having the default 0, the notes are not gonna be in sync with the song. Like they're not gonna be in the rhythm. So like you can't really hit the notes in the rhythm. So what you do is you go here and you keep tweaking this until they are in rhythm so that you can accurately hit the notes to the beat, which makes it so much easier. Me personally, I use 195 milliseconds, but for most people it's gonna be different. So just tweak this until you have the perfect one for you. Scroll underlay transparency. This one is the black box that shows up behind your notes. Lots of people also ask me how to get this. It's this option right here. So having it to 0, it's gonna be completely visible. It's gonna be completely black. And 1 is just not gonna exist. I have a funny value here. Don't mind. But I do recommend having the black box. It really helps a lot. Personally, don't have it completely visible because I like seeing the characters in the background. So custom judgment colors. What this is it changes the colors of the ratings that show up. Like, you know, you hit a sick, it shows up. So sick, sprite. This lets you change the color. So I have sick set to a gold color. I have good set to a light blue. I have okay set to yellow, and bad set to brown because it's so sick is basically, oh, okay, you're doing really good. Good is like, oh, okay, well, rest in peace. Okay is like, okay, man, seriously, come on, bro. And bad is just like, oh my god, bro, you suck. These are the color codes if you want to copy it. Ghost tapping. This one is also a must-have. If you don't know what this does, it basically lets you tap. It lets you hit notes even when there are no notes, and it won't count as a miss. Hide opponent's arrows. It's pretty self-explanatory. It just hides their arrows and the stats, so you won't see anything. I personally have it off because I like to see my opponents struggle. And then stats is it just hides the stats instead of the arrows. Hide black borders. I'm gonna be honest, I do not remember what this does. I mean, it explains right here. So enough for arrow settings. This one right here, arrow skin replication, I personally like to have. Actually, all these 3 settings, I personally like to have them on because it's basically gonna show like the skin and the speed that your opponent is using. If you have it off, it's just gonna show yours as their speed and skin. So I like to have these 3 on, but if you don't want it, you can just turn it off. toggle clip note view is it also explains it right here. Basically just lets you see the arrows go past your receptors all the way to the top of your screen or bottom if you're using down scroll. That's all it does. Note lane offset. This one matters. If you're messing with your arrow size, you're also gonna want to mess with this one. Basically what this is the distance, like it says right here, how wide the space between the arrows should be. It's basically how wide the space, like the receptors, like how separate they are or close together. Enable arrow splash. This is the splash that happens when you hit a sick. I personally have it off because I find the splash really distracting sometimes, especially when fast songs. So I just keep it off. And then arrow splash size. This only applies if you have this on. So here you can set the size. Now the arrow hold animation is basically the animation of the receptor when you're holding a note. I have it off because once again, it's a little distracting. And then this is the style. So again, only applies if you have this on. Personally, I prefer the FNF one over the MMM one. When I did, because I used to have this on. Personally, I prefer the FNF one because it's less distracting. And this is the tail for the long note. Like, you know, the hold note, like you have to hold it, then it has a tail. I personally have this to the largest possible because having it like a small tail, it's just weird. So I have it set to the largest. But once again, this one is pretty much preference in my opinion. Then there's long note transparency. It's basically how, once again, how transparent the tail is. I'm pretty sure this is the default value. I don't think I ever touched this setting. And then music. These two obviously don't do nothing. They don't exist. The setting is disabled for now, but we all know it's disabled permanently. Then we have mute miss noise, which is basically the missing sound that plays when you miss a note. I have it disabled because I don't really mind the noise. Like, I like knowing when I fucked up. Screen zooming is basically the screen, it's gonna do a little zoom in every time, like on the beat. So like it's gonna go, it's basically gonna do this. That's basically what it's gonna do. I have it off because, once again, less distraction. Custom hit sound effect is basically the hit sound. Like every time you hit a note, it's gonna play this sound right here. Have it. I don't really like hit sounds, I'm gonna be honest. They're pretty distracting. But if you like them, you can add one. Animations. I have mid-song animations off because some songs can literally get you screwed over because of it. And then background specific UI. I have this one because this one doesn't really mess you up. It's just a cool thing to have, but once again, it's preference. Directional camera movement. It's just the camera's gonna move to whatever arrow you press. Like if you hit up, the screen is gonna go up. If you hit left, it's gonna go left, and so on. I have it off because, once again, less distractions. And the arrow fade in animation is basically the little animation that plays when the match is about to start. It just fades in the arrows. It's just a cool little animation. Enable miss animations. It just plays the miss animation when you miss a note. If your character has a miss animation. If your character doesn't, it's just gonna play the normal animation. Enable looping animations. It's basically when you're holding a note, the animation is gonna loop. Match icon colors. This one is really cool. I really like this setting. It's basically the health bar. The color of the health bar is gonna, so like if your character has a blue icon, it's gonna have a blue health bar. If you have a green icon, it's gonna have a green health bar. so it's really cool. If you have this off, it's just gonna use the green and red like in FNF. But do note that this does not apply to team matches. Team matches will always use green and red. And then the icon animation style, what this is the bopping animation. The icons do. There, we have the normal FNF. We have Golden Apple, which looks like this, which is actually the one I used for a long time. And then you have custom. If you want to do your own custom one. Then sync animations, what this does is, you know, just in FNF, like your character idles, he plays the idle animation to the beat of the song. This basically does just that. If you have it off, it's just gonna loop normally. If you have it on, it's gonna sync with the beat. Now we're on to the other. So we have show device info. This one, I like to have it on because it shows the FPS, the memory, and the ping. There, you can just do the Roblox way of seeing the FPS, but it's really inconvenient. Just keep this on, or don't, if you don't care about your FPS. Show usernames, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's whether it shows the username on top of the character or not. And then if you have it on, you can change the sizing. Bubble chat, this option does not matter because Roblox broke it. So it literally does not matter. What this is when you're in a match and you type something, you send something in the chat, it would show a speech bubble on top of your character, which was super cool. But Roblox broke it. So this option literally means nothing. It's useless. And then to the second to last, have disable skin preview. And what this is if we go to skins, it shows like the preview, like boyfriend shows boyfriend, Pico shows Pico, and so on. Like you can see the character. You basically can see the character. If you disable skin preview, is instead of showing the character, it's gonna show the icon for like performance. And then device platform, this honestly, don't even touch this, just keep it on detect. Unless like if you're on the phone and for some reason it thinks you're on PC, then you can change it to phone or tablet. I mean, you're mostly just gonna want to keep this on detect. And I think that's all of them. I think that was all the settings. So like I said, you're not gonna become a god at the game by just having the same settings as someone else. Like what you can do is take this, like you can copy these settings and then change them to your liking. Like use it as a base, you know? For example, you could like, oh, I'm a down scroll player, so turn on down scroll. So that's gonna be it. I do plan on uploading more soon. I do have a bunch of ideas. Yeah, we'll look out for that. And I'll see you guys soon. Goodbye and have fun setting up your settings.